What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Monday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. We are here every morning wherever you get your audio podcasts, video on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing glasses for the first time ever. My eyes have been killing me lately, staring at screens and under lights and whatnot. So I ordered a pair of blue light glasses. So I'm sporting these bad boys for you. Little Clark Kent action for you going on. So I've never worn glasses before in my life, but here we are wearing glasses. But sure, fine, whatever. Here we are. Good day, 6-3 overall on Sunday. We lose the Wong teaser and we lose the Saints game. We lost 2 bets on the Saints, and I lost 2 circa picks on the Saints. 4-1 on my personal circa team. The Daily Juice circa team's got 3-1 with a plus 11 going tonight with the Giants on the road at the Bucs. More on that game here in just 1 second. So that Saints game was extremely costly, and if we had hit that, it would have been a huge day for me because I got a bunch of personal plays in, a couple of college basketball bets we got right. Nova melted on us, but we got the first half over for the Creighton Blue Jays. A play, by the way, that I might be back involved with. The Jays play again in the Paradise Jam and maybe go first half over for the Creighton Blue Jays again today. But I also got the CSU, Colorado State, minus 3.5. We got that right. They blew out the Blue Jays. Jays aren't that good, okay? They're a very young team. They're going to have a lot of ups and downs, and against quality opponents, they're going to really struggle. But I really like Villanova a lot, and they had an 11-point lead against Purdue in the second half, and their bench just is nothing, and they got tired. Credit Purdue, their depth. They come back. They win the game by 6. They cover that 4.5-point number. Or 3.5-point number I got. Yeah, 3.5-point number. Man, I thought Nova wins that game outright. They might not have been an underdog for the rest of the regular season if they had beaten Purdue outright. But no, they go down and they don't cover. So, we 2-1 in college basketball yesterday. Prop bets went 3-1. We got that. That was really nice on that. And then we end the day with a personal play on the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 6.5. What a wacko finish. And then the official play, which heads into tonight, which you can use if you want to get involved with BetMGM. You guys, that $10 bet to win $150 on any event. Use the code JUICE150 at BetMGM and BetMGM.com, which, by the way, I'm going to New Jersey next week. I'll explain more on my schedule. We'll come up here in just 1 second, but I'm going to be able to use the JUICE150 promo code to sign up for a new account with BetMGM. Very excited about that. Can use my own promo code finally for the first time. But we ended up getting plus 6.5 right. So we ended the end of the night with the Steelers plus 6.5. But I also officially teased that from plus 6.5 to plus 12.5. That cashed, combined with tonight, where I took the Giants from 11 and I teased it up 6 points to 17. Okay? So we've got the Giants at plus 17. This is why being in the Discord channel, in particular on days like Sunday, it's really important to be in the Discord channel. So if you like to trail my picks, if you want to fade my picks, it's important to be in the Discord channel. There's a link underneath me here on YouTube. Just click on it. You'll go right through a whole quick process to get in, or you can manually do it by typing in bettingpros.com/chat. to get in. It's just an invitation. It's very simple. Everybody can get into it. We've got 10,000 users on our Discord channel now, so if you want to be a part of it, you should be a part of it, and you get picks like what's going tonight. So we have 1 unit riding on the Giants plus 17, okay? I may come back and personally try to middle this. If I can get, during the game, if I can get like a -7 or -6 on the Bucs, I very well might come back here. Like if the Giants get the ball first and they go down the field, kick a field goal, or score, and that live number drops down below or anywhere near 7, I probably will be on the Bucs and try to middle that with a 17 and a 7 and try to hit both bets. Very likely I'm going to do that for an in-game wager coming up here tonight. So just kind of a way of playing it in a way that I have not been great in prime times, and I've been really bad with prime time totals. So I am done betting that. And look, most people were saying, oh, take that total, tease the Steelers up and then turn around, take the total from 48 and tease it up to 54 and take the under. They scored, 41 points in the fourth quarter? I'm not touching totals. I haven't been playing many totals. It's worked out so far for me. It's just a philosophy. I'm not good at them. And one of the things about betting is that you have to recognize what you're good and what you're not good at. And I am not good at totals. And it's burned me way too many times with teasers and same game parlays and everything else. So I'm just not doing it. So I'm going to do more of the teasing Sunday night to Monday night together. I like that. You take the sides, you tease them up or down. I do like that. So we're sitting here on a plus 17 for the Giants tonight. And like I mentioned, I may come back in and try to middle it with a better number depending on what happens on the game tonight. So we'll have more on the Monday night game coming up here in just 1 second. Hold on that. I got 2 NBA plays to give you guys officially here as well on the podcast, but just a quick rundown as to what this week is going to be like. Okay, so on Monday, today, all right, it's all business as usual. Tuesday, the Daily Juice is going to drop really early on Tuesday because I am on a red eye back to Boston, okay? So you'll get the podcast and the video. You'll get it, I don't know, probably somewhere around like 5 o'clock Pacific time, maybe 8 o'clock Eastern time. You're going to get it really early. Then on Wednesday through the following Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, the following Wednesday. So for one full week, you're going to get me in weird places. In the beginning, I will be doing it from a hotel. Then I'm going to be doing it from my in-laws. And then I'm headed to New Jersey for SBC, which is the Sports Business Conference that will take place in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. So I'll be there on Monday and then Tuesday afternoon, flying back to Vegas. So I guess I will be home to tape the juice. So Wednesday, you'll get the juice normally. You get what normal looks like for the juice, but not on Tuesday. So I'm going to be able to go and hopefully see Dan Harris. I've never met Dan Harris. Isn't that weird? We talk like every day, and I've never met Dan Harris. But this is my first trip back east since July of 2019. So I'm super excited to go back home, go home for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be able to go to New Hampshire. My hometown of Andover, Massachusetts is like literally 10 miles from the New Hampshire border. So I'll go to New Hampshire. I'll be firing bets on DraftKings. And then I'll go to New Jersey and I'll go to BetMGM and I'll be able to fire bets on BetMGM in New Jersey. So I'm super psyched to do this trip. Since legalization has become a reality on the East Coast, I haven't been home yet. So give me all your sign-up bonuses. Give me all your free money. Give me everything I can get my hands on here for throwing future wagers and just a whole bunch of fun stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. There will not be a live stream coming up here on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Can't swing it, okay? Just can't swing it. There will not be a Discord chat on Saturday. Cannot swing it. I've got way too much going on. It's crazy. And then on Sunday, there will not be a live stream for Dan Harris and I coming up on Sunday. Dan's traveling. I am out of pocket in a big way. So no live stream on Sunday. So it's a Thanksgiving holiday week. It's going to be a little bit different than normal, but just FYI, I'm going to be in weird places. Dan's going to be traveling. And so it's going to be a little bit of a different week than normal. So, I liked how we did the Daily Juice team with one person getting to give all 5 picks. Our user D Nizzy is sitting on that plus 11 for the Giants tonight. If that hits, he'll go 4-1. So the Daily Juice team will go 4-1. So we're going to let that ride here. We'll have somebody else go ahead and pick five games coming up next week. How I get that done with me being on the East Coast, check back with me. That's going to be kind of interesting. Because somebody has to be physically in Nevada, and I will not be physically in Nevada. I may need to tab on my guy, Matty Vegas, who runs footballcontest.com. I may need him to enter the picks in for me coming up here for us on Saturday for the Daily Juice team and for my own personal team, for that matter, for Circa. So, so it's a busy week. It's a different week. It's a holiday week, okay? So let's just start here on Monday night. We know where we are, plus 17 officially for the Giants here tonight, thanks to the teaser that we threw out. So I'm just going to ride that. If I had to bet a total aside, I lean under on this game, but I'm not going to bet it. However, I am going to get involved here with 2 player props for a quarter unit each. And I think Leonard Fournette is going to have a really big game running the football. When you start taking a look at the numbers here for Tampa Bay, they want to run the ball coming out of the break, okay? For Tampa, coming out of the bye, his usage 91% of the Bucs carries, 90% of the Bucs backfield touches, season high 26.4 target share for him as this team now comes out of the bye, which I'm assuming they're going to run the ball even more. They're at home. Ride Leonard Fournette, get a W, and not mess around too much here. The Giants have been a very good team on the road against the spread, and they're just funky. They just find ways to keep themselves in football games, kind of like last night with the Steelers and the Chargers here. Fournette's number is 64.5, okay? So rushing numbers for Leonard Fournette, he went for starting with the Patriots, he ran for 92 yards against the Pats, 67 yards against Miami, 81 against Philadelphia, 81 against Chicago, and then on the road, 26 and 47 against two very good rush defenses. New Orleans is phenomenal. Just 26 yards carries for him and 47 yards for him against Washington, that before the bye. Now he's facing a team in the Giants where, look, you can run on these guys, all right? They gave up 5.5 yards per rush. They gave up 22.6 yards per game on the ground. Sorry, 4.5 yards per rush, 5.5 yards per play, 4.5 yards per rush, 122.6 yards per game. They see 27 rushes per game. That's 21st in the NFL because teams know they can run on them. They're giving up about a rushing touchdown every single game. I don't mind a Leonard Fournette anytime touchdown. In fact, personally, I will be on that Leonard Fournette anytime touchdown. But just for this purposes, at BetMGM, Leonard Fournette over 64.5 yards rushing at -115. This number opened up at 62.5. It's now 64.5. I just think Leonard Fournette's going to get a lot of carries tonight. I think they're going to look to establish the run. I think Brady, look, before the break, Brady wasn't playing great. And I think there's a little bit of a concern there here for Tampa as to okay, Tom's not looking great. And he's showing his age a little bit. And let's take some of the load off his arm here. Let's run the ball more. So I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Fournette. I think anytime touchdown, good bet on there for anytime touchdown. Let's actually see what the numbers for that is for Leonard Fournette. He is -150, so it's a little expensive. But first touchdown, he's +600. You want Leonard Fournette to score first touchdown +600? Maybe I'll throw some on that. I don't hate that. So -150 anytime at BetMGM for that, okay? Quarter unit on Leonard Fournette, over 64.5 yards rushing. Second prop I want to get into, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones' running ability. Now, I don't think he's going to recreate what we just saw with Justin Herbert, who became the first quarterback to throw for over 340 yards and run for over 90 yards in the same game. He was incredible. I think Daniel Jones has the opportunity, or will have the opportunity, to run in some open field because, look, Saquon Barkley's out, but this is an opportunity, I think, with the pass rush getting up the field where Jones can tuck it and run, okay? His total is not that high, to be quite honest. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's not higher than this. It's 20.5. 20.5 yards for Daniel Jones. He can get it on one run at -110. I think it's very possible he'll finish, somewhere in the 30s or the 40s here for running. And I think Daniel Jones will rack up yards. I think he'll pick up first downs for them running. Once the pass rush gets up, I think Jones turns and runs the ball and will be able to be effective running the football. And I think there's an opportunity for Daniel Jones. I mean, I don't think he'll put up a ton of yards, but I definitely think there's value there in going over 20.5 yards rushing for Daniel Jones. So that's where I'm going to jump on for two player props here. We're going to go over 64.5 for Leonard Fournette and running, and we're going to go over Daniel Jones rushing, which, by the way, 20.5 for him. Early in the year, he was running more. He was running 95, 39, 27, but then 9, 4, then 28, 12, and 17 the last three games for him. And this is a team coming off the bye as well here on Monday night after playing against the Raiders at home. And now you get the road trip to Tampa. I know the Bucs are tough to run on. Okay, I get it. They're the number one rush defense or number two rush defense, 3.2 yards per rush, number two, 79.8 yards per game, number two. But this is not a traditional running game, if you will. This is about a quarterback getting into the open field off a pass rush and just scooting. And I think he gets over 20.5 yards rushing for Daniel Jones. So quarter unit each, Jones over 20.5 at -110. Fournette over 64.5 at -115. Okay, with the +17 going as well, and potentially even a live wager that I may make official coming up here as well. Okay, so let's go to the NBA and 2 NBA plays I want to talk about. The Atlanta Hawks are laying 11 points at home against Oklahoma City. Man, I have really looked long and hard at backing the dog here, okay? A part of me wants to back Oklahoma City. They've covered 3 straight games. On the road, OKC is 5-3. However, the reason why I'm not is because of how dominant the Hawks have been. The Hawks at home are 7-1 against the number. The Hawks have covered their last 4 games, and they've covered by 18, 7.5, 6, and 2.5 in those games to cover. They were laying 2, 10.5, 5, and 7.5. They're laying 11. All right, I don't love this that they're laying 11, but for a half a unit, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to get in the way here of the Atlanta Hawks because we faded them on that road trip, and it made us some money. We're coming back. We've already bet on the game against Orlando. They covered. The game against Boston, and they covered. We're going to come back here in the game against OKC, lay 11 points here. The books are catching up, okay? The books are starting to make this number almost to the point where you have to bet the dog, but I think Atlanta is playing inspired basketball here. And I think they know their margin of error is so small for them in terms of where they are after that horrific start to the year. They're still under 500. They're 8-9 straight up, but they're 7-1 at home, and they're 7-1 against the number. 7-1 straight up, 7-1 against the number. I can't fade Atlanta here. I'll lay the 11 points. Hawks -11. Again, personally, you know where we're going here. John Collins over his points. Look at John Collins rebounding. See where those are. Clint Capella, look at his rebound number. If it's not obscene, take his rebound number. Clint Capella, over a half an assist. Another one, right? These are 2-player props or 4-player props, really, that every game, look at them, figure out the juice, where they are, how much are they going to make you pay, how expensive is it, but this is my prop team. I love the Hawks when it comes to props. I love what John Collins is doing, and I think him and Clint Capella are such an interesting front court matchup because of all the attention that's always placed on Trae Young. -11 Atlanta for a half a unit. Other half a unit. Let's talk about the bleeping hottest team on the planet, and that is the Phoenix Suns, who now have just eviscerated the league to the point where they've won 12 consecutive games. Phoenix is a quiet 13-3 now on the year, which is like, wait, what? They're 13-3. It's been a remarkable run to watch this team. Now, number opened up at 5.5. Currently sits at 6. I'm comfortable with it. San Antonio's 4-11 straight up on the year. At home, they are 2-4. Okay, 2-4 straight up. Against the spread, San Antonio this year 7-8, not horrible. Phoenix, by the way, only 9-7 against the number. On the road, they're 4-2. However, at home they're 5-5, 7-3 over their last 10. Though during this run, they've gotten very good against the spread. 2-3 though over their last 5. San Antonio 4-5 on the road, 3-3 at home. But San Antonio has not covered in their last 4 games and 5 out of their last 6. They're not playing great basketball right now. On the other side, Phoenix coming off of a big 29-point win at home against Denver. This is the first game away from home as they start a road trip here. And you could say, look, the winning streak is going to end at some point, and maybe it's Popovich's team that's going to do it. I don't think so. I'm going to lay the 6 points here. I think Phoenix keeps the streak going. This is not the night that they have it be snapped. I think at some point in the next couple of days, as we look at the schedule and we look at what happens for the Phoenix Suns, I do think it will be smart for us to fade Phoenix because they're going to lose a game here in the very near future. And I just think it's not tonight. It's not against the Spurs. It's probably going to be, I would say, like maybe against New York, maybe against Brooklyn. This is a 4-game road trip at San Antonio, at Cleveland, at New York, and at Brooklyn. I'm comfortable laying 6 points at San Antonio because I think San Antonio is pretty bad. and you got a red-hot team, first game on the road, but at some point during this road trip, I think we're going to have to, and maybe it's the Knicks, at some point we're going to have to fade the Suns here to lose a game, take the points, or money line with the plus value. This win streak is going to end at some point. I just don't think it's going to be tonight. San Antonio, not a very, very good basketball team. We're going Suns -6 for a half a unit, okay? And keep that in mind, player props and other things potentially coming, as live wagering with Monday Night Football and blah, 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 okay? So those are only 2 official plays for us. We got the teaser, 2 Monday Night Football props for you, over rushing for Fournette, over rushing for Daniel Jones, and we're going -11 for the Atlanta Hawks, -6 for the Phoenix Suns here, who are just red hot and killing everybody in the NBA at 13-3. More to come in the Discord channel. Definitely be in there, bettingpros.com/chat, or the link underneath me here on YouTube. Good weekend, a lot of fun. Let's continue it here onto a Monday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.